action.
Okay, well here we are for the continuation of making a sourdough. In here we have put about 3 tablespoons of the starter and a jar, a little bit more than one of these Tostito jars full of water. That's how I measure. Unfortunately, I wish I could give you measurements, but I'm not a measuring kind of girl. So I'm going to just keep adding flour now into this bowl. I'm going to get in big trouble if flour flies all over the box. Try to do it very carefully. Mix a little bit. The difference about sourdough is that it doesn't really get kneaded. It just gets incorporated. So I'm incorporating. See in this bowl. So it's not very interesting right now. If you want to, you can do like a 360. That might be fun, huh? Okay, getting thicker here. I'm making a white loaf today. Sometimes I use a little bit of whole wheat. I mix whole wheat, white, rye. It's really nice if you add a little rosemary. Rosemary is my favorite. Thyme, sage, anything, any kind of your favorite herb. It's in there, no problem at all. And I made some starters from a friend of mine, and she is very adverse to white flour, so she said she sent me a text and said, I used your starter and made all brown bread with just wheat flour and it worked really well. So there you have it. Take her word for it. I haven't tried it. So as you can see, it's getting really started now. I'm going to add a little bit more flour. And now I'm going to start using my hands. So I just grab some flour like that. Oops, this is where the flour flies around. We do everything to make cleanup easy as possible, because we don't like cleanup. Clean. We'll give it a quick wash before we put it back in the cupboard. And then now I'm just going to incorporate the rest of the flour that's in there. Maybe even put a little bit more flour around the place. Oh, I forgot my oiled glass bowl. Must be on the counter. So I'm not really kneading, I'm more of just incorporating. I know I'm sort of kneading-ish, but not really. Pretty much, this is done. And that's how he looks. Maybe get that rest of that flour in there. And I have lightly oiled this bowl. And I'm just going to plop him in there. And then I'm going to cover him with a wet tea towel. And I'm going to wait about 12 hours, which is then going to make it the middle of the night. And I'm going to bake it. No, that's not true. I won't bake him in the middle of the night. What I'll probably do is put him in the fridge for part of those hours, because I'm not going to bake him until tomorrow morning. So if you put him in the fridge, still covered in the wet cloth, then he can, you can slow down the process. If I were to leave him out, he would overproof probably if I waited till tomorrow morning. So I'm just going to give him part of his rising time in the fridge. Also, here in the Caribbean, it's very, very warm, and I've discovered that it's a lot harder to keep the firmness because I'm free-forming these loaves. And so I do put my dough at the very end, just before I want to work with it, in the fridge to cool it down before I work with it. And this way I find that it holds its shape a little bit better as I put it in the oven and doesn't spooge quite so much. And I think that that's it.